You know, Liz is hopping on a boat with her hubby next week and going on a cruise. How many days is it?
7.
I don't know the longest you've ever been on a cruise.
That's the longest we will have ever been.
For real? 7 days,
Yeah,
huh?
normally we do like a 4 or 5.
It's
day
Rob and
cruise.
Liz in the morning, his radio, 4 or 5. Not
Yeah.
7's the longest. Okay.
Yeah, 7 is long. And I think I would be stir crazy after about 7 days. I'd be like, I'm ready for land.
I can see that.
Yeah, I want to be in my own bed. So there's a new cruise line. I never heard of this thing before. It's called Victoria Cruises, and they are introducing probably what is going to be the longest cruise. Let me tell you what they're doing. They're going all over the world. So there's going to be like 200 different ports that this thing pulls into.
How many days is that? Sounds like months.
So there's going to be 540 days that are actually docked. The boat is actually on land.
Okay.
It's a 27-month cruise.
27 months.
That's over 2 years. That's over 2 years.
That's a long cruise. How
On
can
a
you
cruise.
get out of work that long?
I guess you have to work remotely, and Victoria Cruises, let me just talk to you for a second. You got to have some good Wi-Fi on this thing if you expect anybody, but...
Sounds like you got to have a lot of time, too.
Okay.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
Hold on. I want you to hold on. Just grab hold of your seat right now. So an ocean view room. This is not a suite. This is not anything swanky.
Got to be millions.
It's $10,999 a month.
A month?
A month.
I almost thought that was going to be the whole package.
No,
but
no.
a month.
And that does cover 2 people, so $5,500 a piece per month.
Oh, my word.
So I'm like, how many people can, A, afford that, and B, take that kind of time?
There are people who can. There are people who can.
But do they want to be away for 2 months? Now, maybe they take their private helicopter and they land on the helipad.
You said 2
on top.
months. It's 27 months, right?
27 months, but it's 2 people for the $10,999 per month.
That's crazy.
27
Well,
months.
say, listen, there are people who can do it. Bless them.
Look, I was looking for like coupon codes so I could go. Thousands of people have probably seen Lolita and her performances. Lolita is an orca, and she's been with the Miami Seaquarium for about 5 decades. Yeah, she's an older orca. She was captured when she was young, and she has been putting on performances since, 1970.
Time to retire.
She's going to retire.
Is she really?
She is.
Good.
She's actually retired from those performances. I think it's been a couple of years or so, as the Miami Seaquarium have decided, we're not going to have her do those performances anymore. She needs to not do
So
that.
what does an orca do for retirement?
So she is going to be let back into the ocean. She's going to be released back. Yeah, Puget Sound is where she was found in 1970, and they're going to put her back out that way because they think her mama is out there, and they feel like, right?
How old is the mom?
About 90 is what they're saying.
They have a long lifespan, evidently.
And so they're saying, you may think, okay, 50, ready for retirement, but she has a lot of life left in her. And so we want her to spend it with her family.
How are they going to monitor her to make sure that she's able to live in the wild? Because she's been
Right.
in captivity for how long?
About 50 years.
50 years
Yeah,
total
yeah.
doing the performances at that aquarium.
Right. So they're going to let her out, and I'm sure she's tagged. I think her mom is tagged because they know where her mama is. She's been sighted. I think she's been tracked, and so they're hoping to reunite these two, and they feel like they will have a relationship.
Well, that'll be good.
It'll be so good. Can you
It'll be
imagine?
sweet.
You haven't seen your mama for 50 years. What that reunion would look like?
I can imagine
And
that.
I think it's the same for an orca.
Sounds like a very joyful birth. How nice. It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio.
Maybe not for his mama, but Happy the cow. He's a bull. He's a Holstein calf. I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's Holstein.
Okay, Holstein.
Yeah,
That's
Holstein.
what it means. Okay, thanks for clarifying
You're
that.
very welcome.
He's cute as a button, and they decided to name him Happy because when he was born at first, they thought somebody had been messing around with this calf and had taken like a Sharpie and drawn some graffiti on the side of him.
What? Really?
He's got a smiley face on his side. It's literally, he's black and white.
Okay.
So it's a white background, and then the smiley face, perfect smiley face, is in black. It's 2 eyes, the little dot nose, and then the little mouth. He
No
was
way.
born this way.
No way.
So they named him Happy.
So most of this cow, black and white, most of the cow is white, and then it's the black outline of a smiley face?
Yes.
On the side of him?
So it doesn't have, like the circle around it. So it's only the eyes, the little dot nose, and the mouth
And the
that are in
mouth.
black against the white. And he is mostly white. He has a lot of black on his face, but he's so cute.
That is neat.
I know. And they call it something like an extra cow. I don't know what that means.
Oh, well, just one extra cow
I
was
guess
born.
so. And so
Because there's so many in a litter of cows that there's just
There's an
they
extra?
had one extra. Animatronics. So they have them at Chuck E. Cheese, and the whole technology behind it all is on a floppy disk.
that's hilarious.
It's Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio.
It's hilarious that it still runs on a floppy disk. I honestly thought technology had come so forward that there was no such thing as a floppy disk anymore. But what I'm finding is there's quite a few things that still run on floppy disk. One worries me a little bit.
Tell me.
The Boeing 747.
Isn't that crazy to hear?
I don't know why it worries me. I guess because in my mind a floppy disk is outdated.
Yeah.
And I want the latest technology when I'm in a plane. But Boeing knows what they're doing.
The floppies work well for Chuck E. Cheese.
Right.
Why not Boeing 747s? I mean, Scott's a fan of, what is it, Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, we had my son's, was it 6th or 7th birthday party there. And I was just enthralled by all the animatronics because I think I had a birthday party there years ago when I was a kid. And yeah, it was fun. But to think the old floppy disk is still alive and well is pretty interesting.
Hey, it takes care of your birthday parties now at Chuck E. Cheese.
That's right.
Oh, it makes me so laugh because I can just see Scott. All the kids have gone, gotten their coins. They're playing the games, and Scott is just mouth open, jaw dropped, and he's like, "Oh, this is the best show I've ever seen."
I'm just jamming front row. Yeah.
Let's say 55 rooms, 60,000 square feet. What would you do with that thing?
Sit in the living room and just look at it all and be overwhelmed.
Especially if you clean it yourself.
Oh my
Right?
goodness. This is a thing. There's an actual house. It's in the Houston area and they're having a hard time selling it. Wonder why?
Yeah.
55 bedrooms. That's ridiculous.
60,000 square feet. That thing is humongous.
Yeah.
And they can't sell it. It's like, for the price, it seems like it's cheap for the price for me. Although I could never afford $3.5 million.
No.
I'll tell you that straight up.
Maybe there's a layaway plan, but
No, there's not.
but I think they had good intentions. What they were hoping to do with it was something like a group home of sorts.
Well, somebody wanted to buy it back in October. They're like, I'll take that. I'll turn it into a group home, but they couldn't zone it for
Right?
it. So
It was
they
getting-
lost it.
It was getting zoned, rezoned, and all this, and the buyer was like, I'm out,
I'm
tapping out here.
I can't,
No.
I mean, it's got tennis courts. I mean, this is a to-do. It looks like one of those Hollywood homes in Houston.
It really does. And I even thought about it being
Oh, you did, huh?
Well, no, not buying it. But it being, oh my goodness, my husband would be like freaking out.
I was reading that Google is now adding AI to some of their stuff. You know those chat GBTs that can, did I say it right?
Yes.
Chat GPT. Yeah, I got to say that slower so I don't say it wrong. But they can do the text function and the writing for you, so it's going to go through Google Docs and email assistants and all this AI-generated stuff.
It's wild. Like, I'm still trying to wrap my brain. I'm not really technically sound, so it's hard for me to understand some of that kind of thing. So chat GPT.
Yeah, very good.
See, I'm like, what? And then artificial intelligence. Okay. And my only point of reference is probably Terminator movies.
Right? It's
or
like Skynet's
iRobot.
taking over.
Right? That's the way it sounds. And we're starting to hear so much more about artificial intelligence. I'll be the first to admit, I'm having a hard time keeping up. like what it can do and how I can integrate it in my life. And do I want to integrate it into my life?
And a lot of people are.
Yeah. So, wow. It's interesting to hear all the things that are happening, and it seems daily.
Now that Google is getting into it, and it's going to affect anything that you have Google. I have Gmail and, those drives and all that other stuff from Google.
True, I have Gmail and the Drive, but I will say I don't use Google quite as much. Probably.
Yeah, you do. You use it every day when you search.
Well, yes, but
You
I mean,
do.
I don't incorporate it. I only use Gmail for work. I don't have a personal Gmail, so.
Gmail for work.
Yeah.
You have a HISRadio.net.
Yeah.
So let's see. Why don't we get you on Bing for a week?
What in the world? I've heard of Bing, but I don't know. Is it a search
That's
engine
Microsoft's search engine.
that no one uses?